let's really get into this. Picture this. You're stranded. Car's totally dead on some winding mountain road. Middle of a blizzard so thick you can barely see your own hands, let alone the road.
Zero cell service, naturally.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the temperature is dropping like seriously fast. You are completely, utterly alone.
But it's even worse than that, isn't it? It's not just being physically stuck.
No, exactly. Your whole life is basically just imploded. You fled Chicago, literally running away because you found your fiance in bed with your best friend. Ouch.
Double ouch. And that's not all.
Nope. You lost your job after, let's call it a public emotional incident. You're broke. Your friends, they pick sides, and guess what? Not yours.
Wow. Even family isn't a refuge here.
Apparently not. The source says even her family basically suggested she should just disappear. Find some quiet little town where nobody knows her name, start over, vanish.
Talk about hitting rock bottom. So she's running from everything, not just to somewhere. Seeking oblivion, maybe? And she lands in Cedar Falls, Montana. Population, 847.
Right. The perfect place to just cease to exist, you'd think.
And then the car dies.
And the car dies. So she's not just emotionally shattered and desperate. She's now literally physically trapped.
Yeah.
The storm outside is just, it's a perfect mirror for the chaos inside, right?
Absolutely. It's freezing. The wind is howling like something wild. And she has this vague memory, doesn't she? About local legends.
Yeah, stuff she dismissed as, just local color. Folklore about things living deep in these mountains, suddenly sitting in that dead car.
Yeah.
Alone, they feel a lot less like folklore.
A lot more real.
Yeah. And then she hears something.
Right. Cutting through the storm, a sound.
Low at first, rhythmic, almost like breathing, heavy breathing close by.
Creepy.
Totally creepy. And then unmistakable footsteps. Crunching in the snow.
Yeah.
Getting closer.
Someone or something is coming.
Which is, the absolute last thing you want in that situation.
Yeah.
Miles from anywhere, blizzard conditions.
Yeah.
Every horror movie instinct is just screaming.
Like the Doors, don't look. Pretend you're not there.
Exactly. But then there's the other reality. Freezing to death in your car. So it's this horrible choice. Certain death by freezing or potential stranger danger death.
And this is where our source material really kicks in. We're drawing from excerpts from an audiobook. The Alpha offered her a deal. She couldn't say no. And it puts us right there with Maya, the woman in the car. She feels the fear, hears the footsteps, sees the shadow taking shape in the snow, tall, broad-shouldered.
And then a knock. Surprisingly gentle, considering.
And a voice, deep, rough, but also gentle. Hey, you okay in there?
It's such a critical moment. Her instincts, especially after the betrayal, are screaming, danger, danger. Trusting strangers literally just blew up her life.
But she's freezing. Hypothermia is not a hypothetical threat at this point, so desperation wins maybe. She cracks the window.
And the guy, he introduces himself as Kai, gets straight to the point, offers her shelter, a cabin about a mile away to wait out the storm.
A mile in that snow, in city boots.
Yeah, that's not a quick walk. That's an ordeal, maybe life-threatening in itself.
And Maya, who clearly hasn't lost her sense of self-preservation entirely, asks the killer question, literally.
Right. Half joking, but, half deadly serious. How do I know you're not a serial killer?
And Kai's response is, interesting. He doesn't get defensive.
No, he laughs. This low, rough sound. And it gives her this shiver, apparently, that has nothing to do with being cold.
And then the collateral offer.
The collateral. He offers her his hunting knife. A big, serious hunting knife. Like, here, if I get weird, stab me with my own weapon.
It's so bizarre. It's either incredibly disarming, like, see, I mean, no harm, or...
Or he's so incredibly confident he doesn't need the knife to be dangerous. Which, given his size and how he's just appeared out of a blizzard...
Yeah, that's the chilling alternative.
But again, freezing versus maybe getting murdered. She takes the knife. Heavy thing. Turns off the dying car, opens the door. Wind hits her like a wall.
And she gets her first proper look at him.
Tall, way over 6 feet. Dark hair soaked with snow. And his eyes. They catch the light weirdly. Handsome, but in that rugged, dangerous way. She thinks, wolves and winter nights. That's the description.
Evocative, sets a tone. He's just Kai.
Just Kai. And the walk begins. It's brutal for her. Knee-deep snow, soaked boots, biting wind. She struggles.
But Kai, he moves through it like it's nothing, like he owns the storm. She asks how he can even see. His answer.
Practice. Just practice. Which is, a little unsettling. Hints at something more.
Definitely. He's steadying her, guiding her when she stumbles, keeping her close.
It takes about 10 more minutes. Feels like hours to her. She's numb, shivering violently.
But then they see it. The cabin.
Solid-looking place. built for this kind of weather. 2 stories, warm light spilling out, a beacon.
And stepping inside is just overwhelming relief. Heat hits her, the sound of a roaring fire.
Yeah, inside it's rustic, comfortable, big fireplace, smells like pine and wood smoke. But there's another scent too.
Ah, yes, the scent. Wild, clean, clinging to him.
Exactly. He's practical though. Points her to a bathroom, tells her there are dry clothes upstairs. She catches her reflection disaster movie extra, basically.
Blue lips, pale, soaked hair. Yeah.
And while she's upstairs, she hears him moving around downstairs. But the footsteps are heavy, like unnaturally heavy for the sturdy cabin. It bothers her, but she's too exhausted to really focus on it.
Another little clue dropped in.
He leaves out clothes for her. Thick wool socks, sweatpants, flannel shirt. All huge on her, but warm and dry.
And they carry that scent more strongly now, right?
Yeah. Forest floors, night air, distinctly masculine, wild. The source says it's intoxicating, almost makes her dizzy.
That's a really specific, pertinent detail. More than just outdoorsy. It's setting up that he's not just some guy who chops wood.
Definitely not. So she's rescued. Safe, warm, dry in this stranger's cabin. But there's the knife she's still clutching, the weird scent, the heavy footsteps, the eyes.
The rescue is just the beginning. The storm outside might be passing, but the real storm for Maya is just gathering force.
Okay, so morning comes. And the first thing Maya notices is the silence. After the blizzard's roar, it's almost eerie.
Disorienting, yeah. And she realizes Kai covered her with a blanket sometime during the night.
A small thing, but kind of unexpected given the whole mysterious stranger vibe. Builds a little trust, maybe.
Or confusion, but the domesticity continues. She finds him up, making coffee, cooking bacon, smells normal, looks normal.
A total contrast to the night before. It's like, wait, were we really fighting for our lives 12 hours ago?
Right, and he looks different too. Dry clothes, thermal shirt showing off, the physique. Moving easily around the kitchen, completely at home.
And over breakfast, she just starts talking.
Which is interesting, right? After everything, you'd think she'd be guarded.
Totally. But maybe she's just so broken down there are no walls left.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's him. She tells him everything. The library job she loved, the fiancé, the best friend, the job loss spectacle, feeling totally adrift.
Spilling her guts to the handsome stranger who might be a werewolf, basically.
Pretty much. And he's a good listener. Intense, she notes. Asks these gentle questions that just pull more out of her.
But he gives almost nothing back about himself, right?
Exactly. Vague answers, likes quiet, manages family land, timber, minerals. Gets a bit tense when she asks about being isolated out here. Says he goes into town fairly regularly, but it feels incomplete.
That dynamic is key. Her vulnerability, his mystery.
She even talks about the ex, David. His anger issues, raising his voice, throwing things.
And she does that thing, doesn't she? Minimizes it. Never at me, she adds quickly.
Yeah, textbook justification. I thought it was fixable. If I just tried harder. It's heartbreaking how you can normalize that stuff.
But Kai's reaction isn't dismissive, it's sharp.
Visceral, yeah. His jaw clenches, eyes harden. He just states it. Someone's been yelling at you, like it's an offense against him.
No judgment on her, just outrage at the act itself.
And then he drops those lines that just hit her. It wasn't your fault. And the big one. Trust isn't stupidity, it's courage.
Wow. For someone feeling like an idiot for trusting the wrong people, hearing that's powerful. Reframes everything.
Totally. It lands hard. And this whole conversation is happening while other little clues about Kai are subtly dropping.
Like how he found her. His explanation about sound carrying differently. Plausible, but thin.
Right. Especially when she couldn't see 10 feet. And his eyes, again, reflecting the firelight like an animal's, she keeps noticing the eyes.
And the land, family land. We've owned these mountains for generations. That sounds old, deeply rooted.
So her brain is still waving red flags. Stranger, weird eyes, improbable rescue, but she feels safe, comfortable even, like she's exactly where she's supposed to be.
Which brings up that question again. Is it trauma response, wishful thinking, or genuine instinct picking up on something real, something beyond logic?
The source leaves it ambiguous for now, but Kai adds to it, saying he wants to know she gets back to town okay, but the way he says it feels bigger than just polite concern.
Possessive, significant.
Yeah, exactly. Like her safety is suddenly his responsibility in a way that goes beyond just being a rescuer.
So these firelight conversations are crucial. Building intimacy, revealing her trauma, deepening the mystery around him, and highlighting this inexplicable pull she feels towards him. The glimpses of something more are getting clearer.
Okay, so Kai heads out. He needs to check the generator, probably banged up by the storm. Gives Maya about 20 minutes alone in the cabin.
And what does a librarian do when left alone with unanswered questions?
She investigates. driven by curiosity, that need to understand, but also just needing answers about Kai, about this whole weird situation.
Makes sense. Where does she look first?
The bookshelves,
Yeah.
naturally. And it's an interesting mix. Classics, Shakespeare, Austen, but also hardcore survival guides, wilderness first aid, and then academic texts on wildlife, predators, pack behavior, anthropology stuff.
Okay, so he's not just living off grid. He's studying the wild. Seriously studying it.
Right. And tucked it between a couple of books, she finds a photo.
Ah, the photo. What does it show?
A younger Kai, maybe late teens, early 20s, with other people who look like him. Dark hair, strong jaws, broad shoulders, and those eyes. That same light-catching, almost golden quality. Clearly family.
But that's not the bombshell, is it?
No, the bombshell's in the background. In the mud around their feet, in the photo, there are paw prints.
Yeah.
Huge paw prints.
How huge.
Like way too big for a dog. Any dog. Even a giant breed. These are wolf size. Bigger, maybe. Something wild, powerful. Definitely not dog.
Okay, that's undeniable evidence of something strange.
Before she can even process it, Kai's back.
Yeah.
And she didn't hear him come in. He moves quiet for a big guy.
That unnerving quietness again.
Yeah. She realizes he's been watching her look at the photo. She apologizes for snooping. He just quietly confirms, my family.
So she tries to rationalize the paw prints, right? Tries to make it normal.
Yeah, she asks kind of hesitantly, those are some impressive dogs. What kind of breed are they? Trying to bridge the impossible with something mundane.
And Kai just shuts that down.
Completely. His voice is quiet, but super intense. They're not dogs. Just flat out. 3 words that change everything.
Game changer. And Maya pushes.
She has to, right?
Yeah.
Then what? She asks. And he gives her an out, a warning. Some questions don't have answers you're ready to hear. Like, are you sure you want to know?
Final chance to retreat to plausible deniability.
But she's done retreating. After everything she's been through, she's not running from this truth. Try me, she says. Challenge accepted.
The tension in that moment must be immense, the air crackling with it.
Totally. And his predatory vibe is back, but she's not scared of it now. It feels electric. Possible.
And then he says it.
Were. Just the one word.
Werewolf. Boom! And her reaction, does she scream, faint, run?
Nope. And this is wild. She's surprisingly calm. Almost accepting. Maybe her reality has been so shattered already, werewolves are just Tuesday. Or maybe it's the connection she feels. She just has steady voice. I believe there's more to this world than most people know. I believe you're not entirely human.
Wow, that level of acceptance probably floors him. Validates his entire existence in a way.
Seems like it. He confirms the wolf she saw earlier by the generator was his cousin, Marcus. And then he explains the why behind their connection. The mate bond.
Not just love, but a literal supernatural soul connection.
Exactly. My mate, my other half, the part of my soul I didn't know was missing until I found you. He tells her he knew instantly.
When?
Since I caught your scent in the storm. Since you looked at me like I was salvation instead of damnation. Since you trusted me. Like bam, less than 24 hours, found his forever soulmate in a blizzard after her life exploded.
It's peak supernatural romance trope, but the source really emphasizes the feeling of it. This undeniable, destined connection. Coming home.
He gives her some Werewolf 101 basics too. Changing form, full moon, high emotions trigger it. Enhanced senses explains how he hurt her car. Super strength, speed, slow raging, and the pack connection, deep, essential.
But then he reveals something unexpected, right? A vulnerability.
Huge vulnerability. He admits his biggest fear isn't hunters or being exposed. It's her. You're the biggest threat I've ever faced, he tells her. You could destroy me completely without lifting a finger by leaving.
Whoa. The big, powerful werewolf, terrified of abandonment by the human woman he just met, that flips the power dynamic completely, shows the weight of the bond for him.
And Maya, she makes her choice right then. No going back to safe, normal. Normal broke her. She feels more alive with him. He actually says it out loud, acknowledging the craziness. I think I'm falling in love with the werewolves, and I think that should terrify me, but it doesn't. It feels like the most natural thing in the world.
That's her turning point, choosing the wild, the unknown, the connection over the painful familiarity of her past.
And then the kiss, described as just raw. Hunger, stealing breath, forgetting everything, not like anything she's known before.
A real elemental connection.
But Kai admits there's still more she doesn't know. Dangers. Pack politics. His alpha is not going to be happy he claimed a human without permission. Big problems ahead.
But he holds back some details.
Yeah. Not yet, he says, but soon. She accepts it, trusts him, but she also pushes back a little, asserts herself. I'm not fragile, stronger than you look.
And his response to that?
That's what scares me, which is ambiguous, isn't it? Her strength makes losing her worse, or her strength means she won't just blindly follow pack rules.
Leaves you wondering. So the truth is out. She's in a hidden world, falling for her werewolf soulmate, and trouble in the form of his pack is definitely on the horizon.
So later that afternoon, things get real again. Maya's cleaning up, trying to wrap her head around the whole "my rescuer is a werewolf" thing, and she hears it. A howl.
Not just whine this time.
No, a low, mournful howl. She looks out the window, sees the wolf again near the generator shed. Massive. Definitely Marcus, Kai's cousin.
And Kai's nearby.
Yeah, he's working in the shed, supposedly. Not looking. But Maya just knows he's aware. The wolf howls again, differently, like a signal. And she sees Kai nod, just a slight inclination of his head. Confirmation.
Impossible to deny now.
Right, so when Kai comes back inside, looking all normal and human but radiating tension, she confronts him, straight up. I saw something.
He tries to brush it off. Plausible deniability.
Yeah, offers reasonable excuses, wildlife, storm displacement, generator noise, standard stuff.
But Maya's not buying it anymore. She's learned to spot deception thanks to David.
Exactly. She tells the jaw clench, the eye flicker. She calls him on it. You're lying to me. She refuses to be dismissed or gaslit. She lists everything finding her, the eyes, the wolf, the secrecy. Tells him she's not made of glass, she's been through hell, she can handle the truth.
Her past trauma has ironically made her stronger, more perceptive in this moment.
Totally. And faced with her directness, Kai drops the pretense. He asks her seriously, can you handle the fact that everything you think you know about the world is wrong?
That's a big question.
Huge. She challenges back, are you trying to tell me you're some kind of monster? And his answer is just honest. Monster, that's one word for it.
And her acceptance seals it. It sounds like the truth, she says. That validation seems crucial for him.
Then things get intense. He talks about dangers, saying it depends on whether they threaten what's mine.
Ooh, possessive. And she asks,
and what's yours? His eyes lock on hers. Simple answer. You are.
Wow. After feeling so disposable, being claimed like that has to resonate deeply.
Absolutely. But the peace doesn't last. Kai reveals the pack isn't coming tomorrow, they're coming tonight. Marcus's howls were the summons.
The stakes just got higher and faster.
He tells her she should be scared, but then softens it. Good, you should be scared, but not of me. Never of me.
And then the howling starts for real, doesn't it? A chorus.
Yeah, from the mountains around them, getting closer. The pack is gathering. Kai explains what happens if they reject her. Leave, memory wiped, gone.
But he makes a promise.
A huge one. I'd abandon everything for you. You're my mate, Maya. That means you come first, always. For someone whose own family suggested she vanish, that promise is everything.
And then they arrive.
Not driving up, just emerging from the trees. 7 of them, in human form but radiating power. She describes them as dangerous, beautiful people, predatory grace, glowing eyes.
And the alpha is obvious.
Immediately, Damon Blackwood. Tall, broad, older, silver hair, sharp, assessing eyes, like a hawk studying a rabbit, she thinks, commanding presence.
And he doesn't waste time.
Nope. Straight to Kai. You've been busy. Cuts right to it. Claimed a human mate without pack approval, says he can smell the bond on her. Asks Kai, what exactly you think you're doing? Super unhappy alpha.
How does Maya react to being discussed like a problem?
She feels her temper rise, that old feeling of being invisible. But she remembers Kai's warning, holds her tongue initially. Instead, she stands taller, meets Damon's gaze directly, projects confidence she doesn't entirely feel, refuses to be small.
Smart move. Then Kai makes the formal introductions.
Yes, Marcus, cousin, Alina, sister, Samuel and Catherine, beta pair, Lydia, aunt. Then declares, this is Maya Chen, my mate, puts it out there.
Damon's objection is immediate.
She's human. Simple, factual, problematic. Kai just says yes. Firmly. Damon points out the lack of permission. Kai argues the mate bond doesn't ask permission, it just is. Destiny versus pack law.
The pack women step in. Elena and Lydia.
Yeah, they mediate. Acknowledge the bond is real, but pack law requires testing for any new member, especially a human with unique challenges. Sets up the conflict.
And Maya can't stay silent.
Breaks protocol. Asks the alpha directly, what kind of tests?
Uh-oh. Big silence.
She realizes her mistake, but justifies it logically.
Yeah.
I ask questions when my future is being discussed. I think that'd be considered reasonable. Uses human logic against ancient hierarchy.
How does the pack take that?
Mixed reactions. Marcus and Elena look amused, maybe impressed. Catherine and Samuel are wiry spirits, they say, but spirit can be dangerous.
Damon makes the call.
She will be tested. 3 traditional trials. Courage, loyalty, truth. Testing bravery, commitment, ability to protect the pack above all else. Tomorrow night, full moon. During the pack hunt, High stakes, consequences, exile, memory alteration, or worse. Damon implies more permanent solutions. Death is on the table. This is serious.
And Maya's reaction to that?
Kai growls protectively, but Maya steps between them, physically challenges the Alpha. Don't, she says sharply, don't you dare diminish what's between us. Refuses to let him call it infatuation, declares she's human, not stupid or weak. Tells him to test her, but not insult their bond.
Wow, twice challenging the Alpha. That takes guts. Or recklessness.
Massive risk. Shows how much she's changed, how fiercely she'll defend this connection.
How does Damon react to being challenged by a human?
Long silence, unreadable expression. Then, a slow smile. Actually smiles. Well, he says, sounding almost intrigued, this should be interesting. Decision made. Trials are on. Tomorrow night.
Maya accepts?
Firmly. I accept. Kai takes her hand, adds, we accept. Damon's final words are a challenge. They'll discover whether you're truly worthy.
As the pack leaves, Elena offers a bit of hope.
Yeah, a quiet word to Maya. I hope you pass. Kai's been alone too long. Adds another layer. It's not just Maya's future, but Kai's happiness, and maybe the pack's evolution too.
So the confrontation is over, the trials are set. A human, plucked from despair, has to face ancient supernatural tests under the full moon to earn her life and her place. Intense.
After the pack leaves, the cabin is silent, but it's a heavy, charged silence, right? Not peaceful.
Definitely not. Maya and Kai are left processing that intense confrontation. Kai must be reeling.
He is. Sort of horrified she took such a massive risk, challenging Damon, but also clearly impressed by her courage.
And Maya's perspective, why does she do it?
She said she stood up for us, for their bond. Damon was dismissing it and she wouldn't have it. Kai points out she could have been killed, but she counters that she wasn't. He has to admit, Damon doesn't smile at people he dislikes. Her defiance actually earns some kind of respect, maybe.
That shared danger, that moment of her standing up for them, it deepens things between them, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Kai pulls her close, the tension breaking into something else. He murmurs, it's real. More real than anything I've ever felt. Talking about the bond, her feelings, all of it.
And Maya confesses her own conflicting feelings.
Yeah, she admits she's terrified about the trials, but also excited. Asks as if that's crazy.
His response?
He smiles gently, says, yeah, it's completely crazy, but also very much like the woman I'm falling in love with.
But then he corrects himself.
He does. Gets serious.
Yeah.
Fallen. Completely, irrevocably fallen. He clarifies it's not just the mate bond forcing him, it's her. Her bravery, stubbornness, loyalty. He knew she was his from the moment he found her.
So it's both fate and choice for him.
Exactly. And she tells him he's perfect, acknowledges his danger, but chooses him, chooses this life. They just hold each other. The fear of the trials mixed with this certainty that this is right.
But the trials are looming. Does she get any intel from Kai?
She asks, but he can't tell her. The details are secret, known only to the Alpha until they begin. He admits people have failed before. Consequences are real memory alteration usually, but sometimes. More permanent solutions. Death is a possibility.
Heavy, but he makes another promise, right? An out.
Yes, a crucial one. If at any point she wants to stop, walk away, he'll leave the pack, everything for her. In a heartbeat. No questions asked.
That's huge for someone who felt disposable, being chosen so fiercely.
It solidifies her resolve. She's not walking away.
Then the full moon rises, the atmosphere shifts.
Yeah, she wakes to howling, closer this time. A strange energy in the air. Kai calls it the Luna's call. His eyes are already glowing brighter.
Point of no return. How do they prepare?
She puts on her old clothes, the ones from the blizzard. Feels like a costume now. Armor that doesn't fit her new reality. Kai dresses in dark clothes, radiating that contained power. He knows he'll likely shift tonight.
And Maya's feeling fear, dread.
Strangely calm, the source says. She made her choice. There's peace in that.
Then the summons comes.
A sharp knock. It's Elena. Her eyes already glowing gold. Formal words. The Alpha calls. Do you come willingly?
And Maya's answer.
Clear and steady. I do. Elena softens, offers a quiet good luck.
They head to the clearing.
Walk through the moonlit forest. Feel the pack moving around them, unseen. Arrive at the stone circle clearing. Fire crackling. Feels ancient, sacred.
And the pack is waiting, in wolf form.
7 massive wolves around the fire. Magnificent, powerful, intelligent eyes glowing gold. Damon, the largest, a black wolf, watches her intently. The air thrums.
Formalities first. Questions about understanding the stakes.
Yes. Either Elena or Damon's psychic voice asks if she understands what she's asking for. Acceptance. What the trials test, courage, loyalty, truth, protecting the pack, and the consequences of failure, exile, memory loss, death. Her answer each time. I understand.
Okay. Trial 1. Courage.
Damon's voice commands. Face that which terrifies you most. The fire flares blue-white. reality warps.
Where does she find herself?
A hospital hallway, sterile smell, sounds of despair, familiar, painful, where her grandmother died. Then a room. Kai is in the bed, broken, dying, machines breathing for him.
Oh, brutal. And who else is there?
David, her ex, smiling that cruel smile.
The manipulation starts. What does he say?
He calls her poison, blames her for everyone. She lost grandmother, friend Sarah, now Kai. Says she destroys everything she touches, urges her to leave, go back to her safe, normal life, claiming it's the only way to save Kai. Playing on her deepest guilt, her fear of harming those she loves.
But she remembers Kai's words, right? Her strength.
Yes, she recognizes it's a trial, an illusion. She refuses to run, refuses to believe she's poison. She chooses us, takes the illusionary Kai's hand, voice ringing out, "I love you, Kai. I choose to stay. I choose to fight. I choose us."
And the illusion breaks.
Shatters. She's back in the clearing, shaking but standing. Damon's voice. "Well done. Chosen love over safety. The first trial is passed." She faced her deepest fear, being destructive, and chose connection instead.
One down. Next, trial of loyalty.
Damon announces it. "Choose between the human world that shaped you and the pack that might accept you. Choose wisely." Reality shifts again.
Where is she now?
Chicago Public Library. Comforting smell of old books. Her old boss, Jennifer, colleagues, her friend Sarah, alive here. They offer her everything back. Head of special collections, promotion, security, tenure, her old dream life.
How did they manipulate her this time?
Subtly. Jennifer says she was on medical leave, suggests the last few days were a trauma-induced fantasy, false memories. Friends say, "We missed you," trying to make her doubt her reality.
And David shows up again.
Looking like his old self, but with those calculating eyes she now recognizes. Apologizes, says Rachel was a mistake, wants to make things right, proposes again, offers a controlled suburban life where he'll take care of everything, protect her from her weakness, presents the old toxic life as the better deal, the safe option.
But she sees through it now.
Completely. Sees the control, the minimizing of her trauma. Compares his offer of being managed to Kai's offer of partnership. She knows it's an illusion, but even if it were real, she wouldn't choose it. That life broke her.
So she rejects it.
Firmly. Says, yeah, to the job, the life. To David, "I choose differently. This isn't real. You're not real. And even if you were, I wouldn't choose you again." Tells Illusion David to find someone who wants to be managed. Burns that bridge completely.
And the library dissolves.
Gone. Back in the clearing. The wolves seem approving. Damon's voice. "Well chosen to forge a new path. The trial of loyalty is past." Fierce pride wells up in her. 2 down.
Okay, the final trial. Truth. How does this one start?
Dramatically, Damon shifts back to human form. Naked. Then the other wolf shifts too. She's surrounded by 7 naked people under the moonlight. Ancient, ceremonial, incredibly vulnerable.
What's the requirement?
Damon announces it. Complete honesty. No evasion, no half-truths, no comfortable lies. The pack needs to know who she is, to trust her with their lives, their secrets.
Elena explains it's about vulnerability.
Yes. Being vulnerable, open. Nothing between you and the pack's judgment. Not about shame, but total transparency. Soul laid bare.
And Maya's response.
She doesn't hesitate. Takes off her own clothes, stands naked in the moonlight, feels strangely free, beautiful. Kai, also human, his eyes blazing, murmurs, "Beautiful, my brave mate."
The questioning begins. Deep dives into her soul.
Yeah. Why join?
Anyway,
Belonging, Kai? Living without apology.
what are you? Used to be small, coward, now learning the difference between wanted, treasured. Fear most. Not being strong enough, being a burden, losing herself, losing Kai if the pack needed saving.
What would she sacrifice?
Comfort, safety, old life, pride. Would give up her humanity, even if it meant losing Kai to protect the pack.
Wow, that gets a reaction from Kai.
A growl whimper, that hits him hard. They ask about the mate bond, can't be prepared but willing. Raising wolf children. Love them, teach pride, protect fiercely.
Her scars.
Believing she deserved less, trying to fix broken people, making herself small. Deepest scar. Believing she wasn't worth fighting for a lie. Kai shattered. What if Kai decided she wasn't worth it? Honor his choice, leave, but cherish the memory of being treasured.
Look at Kai. What do you see? Man alone too long, gentle power, protective, other half, home. That almost breaks Kai's control.
Yeah, he steps towards her. Damon stops him. Final question. What makes you worthy? What do you offer besides loving Kai?
Her answer here is key, isn't it? Her unique value proposition.
Totally. Loyalty, protecting secrets, standing with them, her skills, research, patterns, navigating the human world, but most importantly, her perspective. I've lived as prey my entire life, and now I choose to stand with predators. I understand both worlds, and I can help bridge the gap, turning her trauma into a strength.
And why trust her not to betray them?
I've already been offered that deal, and I turned it down. This is my better deal. You, meaning the pack, are my better deal. Mic drop.
Silence. Then Damon's judgment.
He nods slowly, respect in his eyes. Maya-chan, you have passed the trial of truth. Your honesty has been absolute, your courage evident, your commitment clear. First genuine smile from him. Welcome to the Blackwood Pack.
Howls erupt joyous this time. Kai sweeps her up. Pack members hug her, welcome her. Elena, welcome sister. Marcus. About time, cousin. Lydia gives gentle instruction. Thank us by living well, helping us protect what we've built.
Damon gives her a pack name.
Little Wolf. Earned through courage and truth. She's officially Maya-chan Blackwood. Claimed. Protected.
How did she feel?
Belonging. Deep in her bones. Transformed. Not broken. Not a victim. Maya the Little Wolf. Fierce, protective. Home.
Kai tells her she was magnificent.
She admits she was terrified. He corrects her, full of love. You were perfect. Their kiss seals it. My mate, my little wolf, mine. Yours, she agrees. Forever yours. The pack celebrates around them. An impossible journey finds its destination. Okay, so let's jump forward 3 months later. What does life look like for Maya now?
It's settled into a kind of new normal, a wild normal, waking up to welcoming howls instead of traffic, sharing Kai's cabin, which is now their cabin.
The howling isn't scary anymore, it's communication. Like Mark is finding deer sign for the hunt.
And Maya herself has physically changed, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's stronger, leaner. Running with the pack will do that to you. Her senses are sharper too, not werewolf level, but more attuned to the forest.
But the biggest change is internal.
Definitely. That shaky woman from the blizzard, gone. Replaced by someone with this quiet, unshakable confidence. She belongs, and she knows it.
And the mate bond with Kai, how's that developing?
Deepening. It's more than just fate now. She feels his emotions, he senses hers. They're described as two halves of the same whole. In sync.
His possessiveness is still there.
Oh yeah, but it reads as devotion, not control. He hates being away from her, especially around the full moon. Always reaffirming, you're mine, little wolf, I'm never letting you go. But it feels like safety to her, like being cherished.
And she's found her role in the pack, contributing.
Absolutely. She's not just Kai's mate, she's using her skills, helping Elena with communications and records. Hello, librarian skills. Assisting Samuel at the beta with maps and human world stuff, teaching Lydia computer skills for genealogy. She's needed, valued for who she is.
That must feel amazing after her past experiences.
Totally validating. Then they get summoned to the main pack house, meeting with Alpha Damon.
How's that relationship now? Still tense?
Not at all. The formality is gone. Damon treats her with this genuine, almost fatherly affection. Elena's there too, warm and friendly. It's family now.
And Damon has news. Big news.
Huge news from the wider werewolf world, the Council of Packs. Word has spread about Maya, the human who passed the trials, who's thriving. She's become kind of famous. A symbol.
A symbol of what?
Of hope, really. Proof that human were-mate bonds can work. Apparently, many struggle. Other human mates face fear, denial. Maya's story shows it's possible to integrate, to find belonging.
So this leads to an opportunity.
Yeah. The Northern California pack has reached out. They have a young wearer whose human mate is really struggling, scared, trying to run. They want Maya to come speak at their gathering. They think hearing from her might help.
Wow. From needing rescue to being asked to rescue someone else. Metaphorically, that's quite the arc.
Isn't it? She agrees immediately. I'll do it.
Yeah.
The visit is planned for next month. Kai's going too, naturally. Damon jokes it's a working honeymoon.
But Damon has another piece of news, right? Something more personal.
Yes. The pack wants a wedding. A formal mating ceremony.
Kai's reaction. Isn't the mate bond enough for them?
That's what he thinks initially. We're already mated. But Elena jumps in, all excited. It's about a proper ceremony. Vows before the pack, a celebration. It's a gift from the pack to them, celebrating their bond, celebrating hope.
So, wedding planning begins immediately.
Pretty much. Elena's thrilled, promising the best wedding in pack history, full of traditional werewolf ceremonies. Timeline. 2 weeks. The new moon, when magic is strongest.
2 weeks. Maya must be overwhelmed.
A bit shocked, yeah. Not much time. But Elena just laughs, tells her the pack women have got this. Leave everything to us.
Okay, so pack wedding planning is underway, but Kai does something more personal back at the cabin.
He does. Takes her out onto their deck, that amazing view.
He's a box.
Not a diamond, I'm guessing. Definitely not. It's a ring made of supernatural silver, forged during a full moon. The stone is a moonstone, blessed by pack magic, seems to glow. Been waiting for the right woman, the right moment.
And the symbolism is important.
Very. Kai says the mate bond is destiny, but this ring, this proposal, is about his choice to love her, specifically Maya. He formally asks her to marry him, asking the woman I love to let me spend the rest of my considerably long life making her happy.
And he drops another bombshell there, considerably long life.
Yeah. Reveals the mate bond equalizes lifespans. He's got a long one. Now she will too. A whole lifetime together they didn't know they had.
Her reaction.
Pure joy, overwhelmed happiness, tears. Yes, I'll marry you, you impossible, wonderful, supernatural man.
Does the ring feel magical?
Oh yeah. Slips it on, feels a tingle, warmth. The stone pulses. It's a living connection to Pack magic, to her new home. Feels like coming home, like magic.
And the Pack knows.
Distant howls echo through the valley as he kisses her. A blessing. Kai confirms, "You've been officially mine since the moment I found you. The ceremony is just letting everyone else know it."
So Maya reflects on this journey. 3 months, from broken runaway to treasured mate, valued Pack member, soon to be bride with a magical ring and a very long life ahead.
She stopped believing in happy endings, the source says. Instead, she learned to believe in magic. It's a powerful transformation. So the wedding day arrives, 2 weeks later, under the new moon. The clearing where she faced the trials, it's completely different now, right?
Unrecognizable, like stepping into a fairy tale, magical lights everywhere, like captured starlight hanging in the trees. The stone circle is decorated with branches, flowers, Pack symbols. It's ethereal, otherworldly.
And Maya getting ready, it's a whole Pack affair.
Absolutely. Elena, Lydia, Catherine, the other Pack women are all there in the cabin with her, laughing, sharing stories. It feels like family, like true sisterhood.
And the dress.
Moon silk, woven with magic apparently. It shimmers, shifts color, tells her story, the trials, the bond. Fits perfectly, makes her look, well, magical. She also wears a silver circlet, passed down through generations of Blackwood brides. Connects her to the Pack's history. Elena has some final words for her.
Yeah, really powerful ones. Tells Maya that Kai was hollow before her. That Maya didn't just save him, she saved the Pack, brought hope, proved love could bridge the gap between human and were. Tells her she's not just worthy, she's the reason they're all celebrating.
Wow, no pressure, but incredibly affirming.
Totally. Then the signal comes a soft howl from Damon. It's time.
She steps out into the magical night. The clearing is full.
Packed. Blackwood Pack, visiting Packs, curiosity, respect in their eyes now. But her focus is all on Kai.
How does he look?
Waiting under a woven arch, wearing ceremonial clothes. Dark hair, but his eyes. Pure gold, locked on her. Intense. He is her mate, her future, her home. Everything feels focused on him.
The walk down the aisle must feel significant.
Like leaving the old self behind completely, stepping fully into the new. The dress flows, she feels the Pack's approval, their welcome.
And the vows, what do they promise?
They emphasize choice alongside destiny, choosing each other, not just because fate said so, but because they want to. Promising protection, cherishing, standing together, building a life that honors both human and wolf sides. Damon officiates, binding them in both supernatural and human traditions.
Then the kiss, the celebration.
Kai claims her with the kiss. The Pack erupts cheers, joyous howls, magic flares in the air, many shift forms in celebration. Music starts, food appears, laughter, pure joy lighting up the new moon night.
Maya takes a moment to reflect on it all.
Yeah, amidst the celebration. Thinks about the broken woman in the blizzard versus who she is now. Beloved wife, valued Pack member, strong, home.
The magic isn't just the spells or the shifting, is it?
No, the source emphasizes the real magic is the transformation itself. Her courage, her choice, the love, the belonging she fought for, the second chance she sees, the impossible beauty she found when she stopped running and faced the storm, both literal and metaphorical.
Maya Chen Blackwood, Little Wolf, found her magic.
And she's never letting it go.
So that's Maya's incredible journey. What a deep dive that was. From the absolute depths of despair to finding, well, everything.
Right. We saw her go from rock bottom, betrayed, alone, literally stranded, to finding this incredibly deep connection and belonging in the most unexpected place imaginable. The hidden world of werewolves.
What can we, take away from her story for ourselves?
Well, one huge thing for me is that idea that the safe path isn't always the truly safe one. Her normal life broke her, the wild, dangerous, unpredictable path. That's where she found healing, strength, and true belonging. It makes you question what safety really means.
And that distinction between being wanted versus being treasured. David wanted her, maybe, but in a way that served him, that required her to be small. Kai and the Pack came to treasure her for exactly who she was, including the strengths she found through her trauma. That's a profound difference.
Definitely. And that line Kai gave her early on, trust isn't stupidity, it's courage. After everything she went through, choosing to trust Kai, this impossible stranger, was this massive leap of faith. It reminds you that vulnerability, choosing connection after being hurt, takes immense courage.
Her rejection of the better deal in the loyalty trial, too. Turning down the seemingly perfect return to her old life because she knew, fundamentally, it wasn't right for her anymore. Choosing the unknown future over the toxic past, even when the past looks tempting. That takes real clarity and strength.
And finding family where you least expect it. Not blood, but chosen family. The pack claimed her, stood by her, celebrated her. That sense of finding your people, your tribe. It's powerful.
Maya found her magic, didn't she? Not by running away or pretending, but by stepping into the messy, wild new reality, embracing all parts of herself, scars included, and choosing to stand with those who saw her, truly saw her.
So thinking about all this, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Where might we be clinging to our own versions of safe normal that are actually holding us back? Where are we playing small because of past hurts?
Where have we maybe accepted being wanted when what we truly deserve is to be treasured? Where have we let fear stop us from taking that courageous leap of trust?
And the big question Maya's journey leaves us with, where might your magic be waiting? Maybe not with werewolves under a full moon.
Probably not.
But maybe just beyond the edge of what feels comfortable, what feels familiar. Could there be a connection, a community, a stronger sense of self-waiting if you just dared to step into your own unknown?
Something to think about. Where might your magic be waiting, just beyond the edge of the familiar?